Okay, thank you.
What we are debating is the second proposed route for LRT expansion. The originally proposed 87th Avenue corridor could still be a link across the river, providing West residents with efficient access to the U of A Hospital, Cross Cancer, a major employment center and transit hub for the existing LRT. New opportunities for student housing and tourist access would likely follow. New criteria have shifted the focus of LRT from people movement to compact urban form. When the concept of smart growth becomes focused on density alone, devoid of balance and attention to neighborhood vitality, it ceases to be part of a vision for a sustainable city. The route we're being presented with is flawed by design. While the goal of transporting suburban residents to the city's core is unchanged, the route best suited to accomplish that has been rejected. And most people would welcome easily accessible LRT as a means to serve a vibrant community. The recommended corridor is incapable of meeting the demands placed upon it. Recently, the success of the Pearl District in Portland has been heavily cited as a case study for the Stony Plain Road area. However, a detailed comparison of the two has not been presented. The Pearl District is served by bus service, available parking, and a light rail streetcar system which makes an impressive 32 stops in a 4.8-mile loop, a stark contrast to the logistics faced by the Stony Plain Road area. The JP and Stony Plain Road revitalization efforts began with the goal of creating healthy, safe, vibrant neighborhoods and a diverse business district, welcoming to pedestrians, cyclists, and neighboring communities, and capable of housing almost any amenity a Jasper Place area resident would ever need. While the road will still be capable of handling the demands placed upon it by commuters from nearby areas, its primary purpose will be not as a major transit corridor, but as a welcoming environment for neighboring communities. The incident presents serious challenges and contradictions with the revitalization plans, which have been the recipient of so much effort in the last few years, as well as significant short-term effects for the next 10 to 20 years which have thus far been ignored. TUD-based revitalization is largely unknown in this province and climate. We don't know if the LRT alone will spur revitalization, if any restrictions will have to be relaxed to spur development, and if subsidies will be needed. Furthermore, TUD is drawn by proximity to transit stations, which are few and far between on the proposed corridor. What we're dealing with is SPI's most heavily utilized corridor into the downtown area, partly a result of its use by communities outside the city, and traffic from neighborhoods not being served by the proposed route. The constrained right-of-way combined with heavy vehicle traffic will present a formidable environment for riders, especially those with physical disabilities. During winter months without immediate snow removal, vehicle traffic may easily become impeded. Calgary's TUD handbook highlights the need for wide sidewalks and on-street parking to protect pedestrians, while season design and the importance of parking and drop-off zones in the vibrant TUD district. For Stony Plain Road, heavy vehicle traffic stands to cut off bicyclist access almost entirely, while the narrow right-of-way provides little opportunity to protect pedestrians from vehicle traffic and riders waiting to board from the elements. Business will be forced to rely on suburban commuters traveling to jobs downtown, becoming pedestrians for several blocks along the commercial strip. Residents of Glenwood will feel the same isolation from the area. The use of 156th Street will also present challenges. The lack of off-turns is an issue for residential areas. However, the street is more than just a link between communities. It also provides access to the White Road and is home to 2 fire stations, with the Glenwood ambulance station nearby. While the JP station is the north of SPR, its access to our area comes primarily via 156th Street and Stony Plain Road. A detailed analysis of how response times will be affected has yet to be provided. The alternative routes for vehicle access are 163rd Street and 100th Avenue, neither of which is suited to handling the demands that are likely to be placed upon them. Given the wide and repeated side streets in Glenwood, vehicle country traffic and non-resident parking are bound to become a significant concern. We have little information about the future of bus service in the area will look like if this LRT corridor is pursued. It seems certain that bus stops along the SPR and 156th Street will be replaced by the LRT, in which case the system will be required to make a significant number of stops to compensate. A new possibility given that with only 11 stops currently proposed, including only one between Norwalk Mall and Stony Plain Road. A significant service gap between 142nd Street and 124th, the projected travel time is already 22 to 24 minutes. How many stations can possibly be added before it loses its target ridership or becomes, as Councillor Anderson called it last year, a bus system on rails? Start, stop, never gets up to speed, never gets anywhere fast. We're also concerned about the possibility of competition for a scant few additional...
Councillor Sloan.
I'd like to commend you, sir, for your research and analysis, and I find particularly interesting, the comparisons that you've made between the community of Glenwood and the community of Parkview. So as two communities bordering the proposed 87th Avenue route, it is striking your community has 86 duplex, triplex, and fourplexes, 43 row houses, 238 apartments of greater than 5 stories, and 936 that are less than 5 stories. Astounding. So your point being that your community, a mature community with high density, significant density already, is being isolated from a more efficient transit mode, you assert, by opposition from other communities that have far less density.
Yes.
The other interesting thing is the comparison you make to the rental. Did you go through and do this for each of the communities that border? I see you have Kenora and Laurier Heights as well. So you've done some...
I have the data comparing Glenwood, West Jasper, Kenora, and Britannia to Parkview, Laurier Heights, Linwood, and one other community on the 87th. I didn't have time to finish it for the hearing. But I can certainly send it to you if you wish to see it.
You're comparing Laurier Heights and Kenora. Laurier Heights being the third largest community in the 87th Avenue route, and Kenora being the third largest of the Jasper Place communities.
Yes.
Again, a striking difference. And a striking difference in terms of the density, with Kenora having almost 1,000 apartments. Anyway, I commend you. Very interesting analysis, which I don't think Council has seen or considered to date. Thank you for making your submission.
Councillor Iverson?
I'd echo that. I hadn't thought at all about emergency access. I'm not familiar enough with that into town to know where the ambulance stations are, so that's useful information for us. Thank you. A question about looking through the package you've submitted here. You've got an even split from your town hall, and I wouldn't take this as representative of the community's preference, but roughly an even number of people. You suggested 87th. There's also people in here who said 107th.
Yes.
Can you speak to the issues with 107th versus SPR, leaving 87th aside for the moment?
The concern with us and that we've heard from the community is the effect on revitalization if it goes down SPR. The opinion we've heard that if you are determined to go north with this route, 107th Ave is the best choice. There are issues that need to be mitigated with 156th Street, but it is, in the opinion of our community, it is the best northerly route.
Between SPR and 107, you'd pick 107, and you still get the advantage of having LRT that comes to the Stony Plain Road area around the transit center, around McEwen West there.
Yes, so that's very Jewish per se, and we would still have that stop at the JP terminal still on the 95th, and we'd like to see an additional one between 95th and the JP terminal.
An additional one between 95th and the JP?
And the JP terminal.
Is that 800 meters between those two right now?
I'm not sure the exact distance, but it's a long way to go. It's a fairly populated area with the apartment buildings.
Now, and this goes a little more to my experience on the south side. Obviously, we had a huge debate about whether there should be a station or between 40th and 43rd, somewhere around Harry Ainley High School. And the decision was not to have a station for 2.3 kilometers between Southgate and Century Park. A little bit at odds with the urban thinking and frequent stops we're talking about now, and make it a personal battle to get a station there one day. But part of the condition for that would be we would expect that there would be some land use changes that come with it, potentially. Would you, in exchange for additional stops that would slow the train down but would add benefit to the neighborhood, in your estimation, would the community respond well to a land use exercise so that it wouldn't just be stopping the station, or stopping the train, and then nothing changes around it, but that the condition of stopping the train is things might change within the immediate couple hundred meters radius of the station?
Perhaps